friends, so I'm back on Vancouver Island visiting my family, so I thought it would be fun to record a what I eat in a day when I'm at my parents' house. To be completely honest with you guys, I know that breakfast isn't the healthiest choice, but when I go home, I always regress back to my childhood when occasionally I was allowed to pick out a fun cereal. So let's begin with breakfast. So if you have tuned into other vlogs when I go home to my parents' house, I always treat myself to Love Crunch, and this time I got the chocolate peanut butter flavored, which was delicious. And of course, my rule of adding a fruit or vegetable to each meal, I chopped up a banana, and I'm telling you guys, this was just a heavenly mixture. This is Earth's own So Fresh almond milk, and it was pretty good. I use unsweetened. So for lunch, I re-steamed some white rice that my parents had previously prepared in their fancy rice cooker. And I also prepared a massaged kale salad. So to do this, I take a bundle of kale and I rip off the leaves by hand to avoid the stocky middle pieces because they're normally too tough to chew on if you aren't steaming the kale. So I took my time at peeling all of these off. After I'd shredded all the kale, I took the time to wash it and spin it in this fancy salad spinner to get out all the water. Next, I started to prepare my organic black beans that I was going to fry up in the frying pan. If you eat beans from a can, be sure to always rinse them thoroughly because this is what stops them from upsetting your stomachs and causing you to have bloating or gas after eating beans. Next, I took to the frying pan and I added a little bit of grapeseed oil and my black beans, which I showed you I'm frying up with Himalayan pink salt and white pepper. And now back to preparing my massaged kale salad. So I used about half of the kale that I had, so that was a full bundle, using about half. I added a bit of olive oil and some Himalayan pink salt and white pepper, again, just as I had added to the beans. I massaged that in the bowl here, and I also take the time to add a little bit of Bragg's apple cider vinegar because I love the taste and it is so good for you. And how could I forget the most magical ingredient of all, nutritional yeast. Perfect timing too because my rice is all steamed up. I added my beans to the bowl, about half of the can, and all of my massaged kale salad. And now for dinner, my dad was preparing dinner for us, so we had steamed broccoli, and for my protein, I made these Gardein golden fillets. And I put it on a silicone baking mat, so happy my parents have one of those. They make cooking so easy. I had some herbal tea with dinner, and this is some Danish squash that my dad prepared with a little bit of oil and brown sugar. This is the steamed broccoli now with a bit of rice, and I used some of this sugar-free barbecue sauce that they had. See you guys tomorrow!